Hello, it's Nick and Sarah, and we are about to trek to the Lost Village, which is between Torrox and Computer, where we live. And I don't know if you can see in the background the beautiful mountains that we're going to go through. But we parked the car up, and we've got about a 6 or 7 mile round hike to a Lost Village. I'm going to say it's called Acebuchal or Archie Boss, and I didn't look it up before I started filming this, so fool me, but it's something like that, and it's the Lost Village, and it was a village that was left to ruin for many years, and then founded by a family, and then done up, and has award-winning tavernas, and sells amazing food, and has some very nice boutique sort of casa accommodation that people can stay in for a night or two. It's completely cut off, there's no mobile signal, you're in the middle of nowhere, but it really is very nice. So let's get on with it, and we'll catch up with you in a bit. So at the beginning of the trail, as you can see, we're walking down from the car, and basically you head down a trail which is where surrounded by villas and houses, and as you can hear in the background, some goats, and then you head down a trail and up down a mountain and then back up a mountain. Not quite sure which mountain this is, but certainly you'd know about it if you were up the Mirador where we walk, which is also in the blog. So it'll be a completely different view of it, but we're on the opposite side to La Maroma, which is the big one, but this is it's a stunning view. I don't know if you can capture the sound in the background of the water flowing. But we'll come back to the water in a bit when we cross the ford. It really is a stunning walk and valley, situated between Malaga and Granada. These mountains rise up for thousands and thousands of feet, but the amount of trails that you can go on through here is just endless, and what makes it so good to live in this area. So we're now at the ford at the bottom of the hill. You might be able to see a bulldozer over there with all the rains that have hit Spain and Malaga and Valencia. And you can see Sarah precariously crossing the stream, which was flowing incredible when the floods were happening, and you just wouldn't be stood here now, whereas now it's a gentle, meandering, beautiful river. So we're now coming up probably about a fifth or a quarter of the way around the round walk that we're doing. So we've done a couple of kilometres, probably 2.5 kilometres, and you come to this fork where you can carry on straight forward, which takes you up the hill, up towards the Mirador mountain and the Mirador view. And there's a hotel up there that's abandoned, which is quite fascinating because it's a fantastic building. It's not this one that I can see here, it's further up the mountain, but it's an absolutely fantastic building with tennis court, swimming pool, and must have been amazing, but it's so cut off now, and the road was, last time we went, was full of landslides. So obviously people who can get here in their motorhomes and then This is Acebuchal. I can't pronounce it, but I won't be pronouncing it properly, so I won't even bother. And the bar and B&B of the Lost Village. So I'm not Lloyd Grossman, for those that can remember that programme, but who lives there? Well, nobody now, but that's this is isolation at its best. But where do you park your car? And what happens when you come outside your front door? Do you fall straight out and drop 200 feet? But what a beautiful location to be, if you like your own company. So we're now tracking back up the hill to the village. If you can see the trail coming down that we've done, there's the house, and now we go up the hill and to the Lost Village, which is probably a few kilometres away, and then we head round the other way back up to the Torrox Road to Compita. This is the wild rosemary that's abundantly growing around here. It's all flowering at the minute, and it's both in the rocks as well as in the ground. The pine trees, we're surrounded by pine trees. Can't say there's a massive smell of pine at the moment, but last time we came on here it was amazing after the storm. The trees were obviously desperate to be watered after 5 months of drought, and we're obviously just relishing the amount of water that they got, and the smell was amazing. So that down there is the Mediterranean. I don't know if the camera can capture it, it's a little bit hazy today, but that's the valley below us and the trail, the route that we've come down so far, and then the route up and the mountains up, and that is the Mirador viewpoint up there, where we did a previous blog and posted some pictures up. A very different viewpoint from up there, and we actually look down here on the video, but it's absolutely spectacular, beautiful. So the mountain trail in front of us, and a beautiful view of the gorge, which has obviously carved its way through the mountains with the water that's come down from the beautiful mountains above on their way down to the Mediterranean Sea. One of our neighbours told us the other day that they get water from their local well from the Maroma mountain, which is above Compita, and that the water that they're drinking from their well now was from rain in the Roman times, which is just unbelievable. So here we are, and we are just on the outskirts of the Lost Village, and you can start to see the first bits of life that we've seen on the trail, and it just really is just hidden away in this valley. No wonder it's called the Lost Village. So we're finally here at the Lost Village of Archibald, which I'm probably saying wrong, as I said all the way along. coming up is the local tapas bar restaurant, which does a roaring trade on a Sunday. Not surprised, because the food is absolutely amazing, from venison to wild boar, and the bread is to die for. People come here just to buy the bread. It's only small, but it's really worth the visit. It's very, very, very cute and very nicely done. And I know people who've been here and stayed, and there's literally only a couple of places to eat at or drink, but it's sort of like Staithes in the UK, but warm, and not by the sea, it's in the mountains, but it's just got so much character, and it really is lovely. That's a lot of bees having a drink. I'm staying well away. The other amazing thing about here is the smell. You just get this sort of array of smells of plants and then beautiful food, but also smoke in the air, burning, people with their fires on to keep warm in the winter months, albeit it's 20 degrees, but that's cold for here, and the houses are cold. But just also the tavernas, the tapas places, smoking the fish and cooking the meats and the barbecue and things like that, and the smells are just unbelievable, beautiful. So here we are in the Lost Village, having a well-earned cafe con leche at the quieter bar and restaurant in the village, down on the lower street, which is run by I think he's Dutch or Belgian guy who does a lot of walks and things in the area, but it's really nice down here. So we're on the final leg on the way back, but we were intending to go a different route, but it seems that since the rains have come down, that the dry riverbed has overgrown and is just now a no-go zone. So we've had to route back the way that we came, which is the route back to the helipad, as they call it, where the car is parked on the road between Torrox and Compita. But it's been a lovely walk. It's about 4 miles there and 4 miles back, and got a Sunday dinner to cook when we get back, so plenty to do, but a very enjoyable walk. And as you can see in the background, it's just a stunning walk. You hardly ever see anybody, and you'll pass the odd occasional complete lunatic that decides to do it in their car. A Jeep's just gone past us with a breeze, and then you get somebody in a Vauxhall Astra doing it, and or a hire car, because you can go anywhere in one of those, can't you? They're the fastest cars in the world. Yeah, just look at that, it's stunning. So if you are in this part of the world, i.e. the real Andalusia, then check out the walk to the Lost Village. It's definitely worthwhile.